So this book is basically, we've been married 23 years. The government has a different date, but in our minds it's 23 years. And the first 16, we met, we were both little baby dykes. So the first 16 years of our relationship, we were a lesbian couple. And I had a gorgeous, gorgeous wife who spent 16 years trying to find herself. And then one day she did, and turns out she was a dude. So this book starts basically at the beginning of that, when Jake realized he was a man and came out as trans, and which was 8 years ago, and kind of follows those 8 years into where we are now, how we survived the transition, how our identity changed or didn't change, and especially for us, because we were professional queers. We've been in LGBT publishing. I've been in LGBT publishing 25 years now, and so is my career. And at the time, I was, running the largest lesbian magazine in the world, and so the book really was sort of our way of working through issues and talking about what we went through. And where this all leaves us, and also sort of it's a little bit of a love story to San Francisco, where we spent 17 years, and the queer community, and it kind of, we hope, sort of flies in the face of people's expectation about what it means to love somebody, and in terms of identity and sexuality.
Yeah, and we're talking, you guys have talked a little bit about structure and how it's maybe the same or different from other memoirs. First, a lot of our pieces are almost like essays, especially mine, apparently. And we go back and forth a lot. And when we started writing this, we didn't read each other's work. And we decided to be very honest with pieces. There's actually a section in here. There was a very actually important, significant thing that I didn't know had happened with Diane until I actually read when we were doing edits. So, our editors had a number of times had us go back and read different sections and respond to them, during the editing process, so that it continues to flow in this way of going back and forth.
But it's like a conversation. We almost finish each other's sentences in it and stuff. So the whole book kind of feels like a conversation. The one thing that was interesting about it is, we worked with two different editors on the book, and the first editor who we were working with said, just write down your story. Just write down your story, and send me the manuscript, and then I'll kind of pick out the kernel of it and what the story is going to be from there. And we were like, oh, great, that kind of gets us off the hook. So we just kind of put everything, we just vomited all over paper, basically, and with words, and put that all down, and then...
Yeah, and I've been writing this since 2008. I think Diane started her part, a year ago or something. That's how much better of a writer she is. But anyway, so by the time we finally submitted it, it was...
Yeah, it was huge, and it was comprehensive. And so we sent it to our new editor, and she said, this is really great, but I need you to cut the first 23 chapters. So, yeah, right? I just was like, oh my God, I need a martini right now. So we did that. And so it really starts from what we thought was going to be chapter 24.
Wow. Interesting. I wonder about this name dropping thing, because it comes up in any reviews of both Felice and Ed's memoirs, and you'll hear about such colorful characters as, and you get the list of people